Hi everybody, welcome back to Mando Lessons. My name is Baron Collins Hill. Welcome to episode 11. We're really getting up there in the improvisation series. In this week's lesson, we're really going to dive into listening and reacting to what you're hearing when you're playing with other people. As always, if you haven't seen the other lessons, check them out over at mandolessons.com or on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already so you get access to the new lessons every single week. All my lessons are always free, but there's a couple links in the description that are ways you can support me if you're interested. I've got a PayPal link, I've got a Patreon page where you can get access to lessons early, patron-only live streams, things like that. I've also got merch. I've got t-shirts and mugs, whatever floats your boat. Not required, but greatly appreciated and helps me keep on trucking with this channel. But now let's jump into today's lesson on improvisation. So I'm calling this lesson Do As I Say, Not As I Do, because a big part of improvising and playing music with other people is reacting to what you're hearing from the other musicians you're playing with. In this lesson, what we're going to do is use that same chord progression of G, C, and D, and we're going to just pass a little improvisation back and forth. And the goal here is whatever I do, you're going to do the opposite. Now that can mean a number of different things. It can mean if I play something high, you can play something low. It can mean if I play loud, you can play soft. If I play arpeggios, you can play scales. There's so many different ways. Play with this lesson over and over again, and you'll get different things out of it every time. But what we're trying to do here is just have you do the opposite of what I'm doing. In a previous lesson, I did a little bit of you trying to match my phrases, kind of a repeat after me lesson. And now this is the opposite. Whatever you hear me do, try to do something opposite, whatever that means to you. So you can also run through it multiple times and say, this time, if he's high, I'm low, and then run through it again. This time, if he's loud, I'm soft. Next time, if he's playing arpeggios, I'm playing scales. Make sure you know what it is that you're kind of counteracting in your own playing compared to what I'm playing. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to elongate the chord structure a little bit just so we have time to be playing over the same chords. So what will happen is our chord progression is a long G, and then C, a long C, D, extra long, and back to G, extra long. So now I'll play a little phrase and you do the opposite. Go for it. I'll play C. You go. Over C chord. Now over a D. Take it. Back to G. Take it. Now I'll go G. You go. C. You. D. And G. And you. I think you get the idea. Let's do it without me talking now. again. One more, here we go. Going out. And there you go. It's as simple as that. Play around with it. Loop through that as many times as you want. You can set up the same sort of thing if you want to record yourself doing what I just did and then playing along with yourself. All these are great exercises. Go through it. Always do something different from what, rather than matching the phrase that I'm playing, do the opposite, whatever that means to you, and be specific, Think, you can either write down a list of things that you want to do differently, or just be aware, like, as you're listening to me play, say, oh, he's playing high, and say, I'm going to play low, and then play low, rather than just kind of doing it mindlessly. And working on this practice is a really helpful part of improvisation and creates more of kind of a conversation when it comes to playing with other people. That's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Again, check out mandolessons.com. Subscribe if you haven't already here on YouTube. New lessons every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.